ESPN's Power Rankings as we head into week 4 of the season. The Sixers lead the pack as they won all 4 of their games last week without Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons, who has missed all season. But remember, these Power Rankings were done before looking back at last week. It wasn't including today's news about Joel Embiid, who's out with COVID. So the Warriors come in second with the best record in basketball at 8-1. Who would have thought? The Heat, the Nets, the Jazz, they round out the top 5. So I guess I got to start Ramona, George, Perk. He's coming in like the great and powerful Oz over there. As I mentioned, ESPN.com's Power Rankings were released before the news about Joel. But we had some time to process it. I got it so bad, I know. So let's get into it. Ramona, I'll start with you. I had to. Come on.
I know you did. I think that I'm going to still keep the Sixers in the top 5 just out of respect for what they've done. But I don't think they can be number 1 anymore. So to me, it's the Miami Heat because I think offensively and defensively, that looks like the team so far this year. I put the Nets up there at 2. I don't necessarily just go based on records, okay? I base on who I think is the best team right now. They got Kevin Durant. He's real good. Put the Warriors there at 3. And then you got to get some respect to the Jazz. Yep. And the Sixers slide down just because of the news on Joel Embiid.
So not too concerned about the Jazz loss. All right, Perk, who you got?
You know what? I think the Miami Heat deserves to be at number 1. In my opinion, they have the best team in basketball right now on the offensive end and defensive end. Coming in at number 2, I'm going with the Golden State Warriors. The way that Jordan Poole has been playing, Steph Curry, not just scoring a lot of points, but cleaning it up in other areas, dropping dimes, averaging about 7 rebounds per game. Draymond Green anchoring that defense. At number 3, I'm going with the Utah Jazz. They have a complete team, bringing back the same team from last year. And then at number 4, the 76ers. I gave you my reasons why on them. I feel the camaraderie there. And at number 5, I'm going with the Brooklyn Nets. Why? Because Kevin Durant is playing some of the best basketball of his career right now.
Absolutely, and I like that. Another nod to the Jazz, nod to the Heat. I'm seeing some themes play out, at least across our first 2 folks. What do you got for us, George?
All right, I got the hot take at the end here. All right, let's take a look at what I've got here.
Number 1, a glass of water.
Number 1, we've got the Heat. We're all in agreement here.
George.
Kyle Lowry, by the way, a plus 62 when he's been on the floor this season.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that,
Plus
please?
62.
6'2"?
Insane, okay, for Kyle Lowry thus far this season.
In 9 games?
They're number 2 on offense, number 4 on defense. Eric Spoelstra, Kyle Lowry, and them got him humming. I got the Warriors at number 2. Listen, they've been really good defensively as well. They're number 4 and number 6 offense and defense. I've got the Nets because, as Ramona mentioned, Kevin Durant, still good. And the Jazz, despite their loss to the Magic, I still have them in my top 5.
Yeah. Yep.
I think that offensively and defensively, they're still just so sound. They just had a little slip up after the loss to the Heat against the Magic. Now, I had the Sixers originally at 3 before we readjusted, but I have the Clippers at number 5. Here's why. 4 wins in a row. Paul George, the Western Conference Player of the Week that was just announced recently. He is carrying this Clippers team right now, and they are, when healthy, if Kawhi comes back, a championship-level team. And we saw that they went to the Western Conference Finals last year with this particular group. I still give them the respect. They're playing really well right now.
Perk, I hear you humming and hawing like you're at church and they're saying some gospel that you like. What do you think? What Sedano said?
I actually like that pick at the end. It wasn't my pick, but I do believe Ty Lue has these guys playing great basketball. And then their last 2 games has been really impressive for the simple fact that they were down, I believe, double figures in both of those games at halftime, and they had to go out and get it in the trenches, meaning they had to come together. You see different guys stepping up night in and night out, and yes, they're without Kawhi Leonard, but they also without Marcus Morris. And so when you see Terrence Mann, you see Reggie Hot Sauce Jackson coming to play and doing this thing. I love what Ty Lue is doing. I love him having faith in different guys and putting them out there in position to be successful.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.